back them up on that priest. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Sam pushing in, getting in combat. Trill and Sea-Doo stacked up right now. How are Aiden, CMD, and Oxygen going to play this one? Oxygen is charging in. Wants to get an early fear. Double Dragon's Breath coming in from CMD, looking to fake out the Polymorph. He hesitated a little bit, though. I feel like if he had just gone for it, they would have got the crowd control. And now Mystery Org is going to be able to turn this on its head. Full Ring of Frost. Big damage onto CMD very early on in the match. He uses the Temporal Shield. Are they just going to be able to push through? They need another Polymorph. They managed to find it. CMD, it could be an early Cauterize or Ice Block. There's more crowd control. They get both. Oh no, disaster for Unitas. They didn't trade out the Trinket, which I think is a big mistake. Oxygen, very greedy. If he had just traded out his Trinket, using Paint Suppression something, CMD could have held onto his Ice Block and his Cauterize. So I don't know. I feel like this is not a great start for Unitas.
Going for the Smoke Bomb on Trill. Big burst of damage. Psychic Scream on Sea-Doo, but Karma trades for Trill, and I don't think, are they gonna try and bust? They bust the Karma. Trill ports back. Sea-Doo's still polyed. Trill's trying to pick himself back up, but there's a ton of damage potentially. Mind Control. Aiden gets the follow-up. Garrote trying to close this out. Sea-Doo gets back just in the nick of time with that Avenging Wrath. Beautiful grapple weapon by Trill there. Nice evasive maneuvers to stay alive there in the middle of that. Now getting right back onto target. No Cauterize, no Ice Block. Looking good for Mystery Org in this position. Oxygen pre-barriers, but Trill knocks CMD out of its defense. Shadow Fiend activates for Oxygen. Sea-Doo's in the blind. Really trying to power down Trill here. Shadow Step into the kidney. Triple crowd control. Beautiful response by Unitas. Sea-Doo, though, saves the day. Now pushing in for crowd control. Trying to turn it around. CMD trying to avoid Trill, but he can't avoid the leg sweep. Trill still trying to get back there, but having a tough time. Oxygen picks up CMD. Trill down to just that Fortifying Brew and a couple of bops from Sea-Doo. Unitas. Oh, big swap to Aiden. Huge hit of damage. Oxygen desperately trying to pick him back up. Sea-Doo into a poly. Trill still the target. He's avoiding Aiden, though. It's all about Aiden. If he's not next to Trill, Trill's probably fine.
Bullshit.
Sea-Doo charging in. They go for a kidney shot. Both healers in crowd. Swap to the healer. Interesting adaptation here by Unitas. Sea-Doo walks it off with the Divine Protection. Looking fine. Blinding Light on Oxygen. Oxygen decides to Trinket. Now susceptible. I mean, there's a checkmate position here for the next crowd control on Oxygen. They could close it out on CMD with Touch of Death. This is looking good for Mystery Org.
Mystery Org looking to potentially close out the match here. Trill has his Karma back. He's got Fort Brew active right now. He's got Touch of Death. He has everything he needs. They just need some crowd control on Oxygen. He's going to activate that Touch of Death, and he's going to be good by CMD. He gets counterspelled on Arcane. Shadow Step kick by Aiden is the only reason why CMD is alive right now. You can see the damage coming in. Ring of Frost. Sam I Am takes full control here. CMD does have the pain suppression, though, as a result of Aiden's play, so maybe he can survive here, but that was the absolute last line of defense. And to make matters worse, they overlap the Fear and the Sheep onto Sea-Doo. Trill pre-Karmas the kidney. He gets dressed in, but he has Karma up, and Trill's playing a monsters game. He's going to make his way back to CMD now. They purge up the freedom here potentially. Now Sam's going to hold on to the Kleptomania here for when he has to pop his combustion. They get one more crowd control, the next Hammer of Justice, next Blind, next Dragon's Breath Sheep, anything on Oxygen, and it is pretty much over here for CMD, man.
I mean, they have Touch of Death, they have Combustion. Mystery Org right now, they're looking good. Oxygen has almost burned through all of his mana. They're actually just going after Oxygen. Big 100-0. And that is the problem. If you do not have a Trinket, you do not have Pain Suppression. And I mean, that was not even the Touch of Death. Trill didn't even use Touch of Death. That was just one massive hit of damage with the Combustion. And Mystery Org will claim game number 1.
Hoorah.
You know, I think my favorite part about Mystery Org series is just looking forward to what shirt Sea-Doo's gonna wear today. Chose a Riot, says Riot with banana on it, I think. Good shirt.
I understand.
Looking good. His shirt.
I do
that he's
like
wearing.
bananas, I don't know.
I'm just saying. Here are the match results from that game. Number 1, Mystery Org taking the first game here, victory in this best of 5 series. Anything interesting to note about these match results here as we go?
Well, I think that Mystery Org on this comp are looking juicy, because this is not, I mean, I don't think it's that, I think they might be favored a little bit because of the Pala versus Priest dynamic, but I feel like this matchup is very momentum based. Whoever can get those initial CCs, whoever can ride that momentum, is going to have a good time. And honestly, that opener for Mystery Org was just fantastic. They got the Cauterize, they got the Ice Block, and here the setup was excellent as well. They get the Blind, they sheep up CMD, Sam with the offensive block on the Garrote, Combustion is rolling, just perfection. With the bump on the Trill, no trinket, no pain suppression. There's nothing anybody can do. Complete checkmate situation and just a clean setup as well. So Mystery Org, most people would go for the mage there, but they set up a swap and they're looking for those opportunities.
Is that a reliable strategy going into the next game? Do you think they'll be able to consistently pull that off throughout the rest of this series, Zico?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, everybody on the map is a killable target for both of these teams. Okay.
Hello?
Okay, Oxygen has put his faith in the light. He's joined the order, the Holy Order.
Yeah, I feel like the Holy Order has been getting a lot of new recruits lately.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Well,
okay.
Have we ever seen this? I don't think we've seen Oxygen on the Paladin. This is going to be... I mean, maybe he's sick of just getting outclassed by the Paladin in these kind of rogue mage, Paladin kind of mirror matches. So, I don't know. This will definitely be an interesting one. I don't know how much practice they do have on this healer, but I do know one thing is for sure. Mystery Org, they look really good. They look really good into rogue mages, this composition. So I think Unitas is going to have a difficult match ahead of them.
All right. Hook point. Ven, do you like this map?
I don't really mind the map either way, but I will say, I mean, for Unitas, they're obviously a very experienced team, and I would say Unitas, the matchup I have the most faith in them in, is kind of like the rogue mage mirrors. I feel like that's something they know really, really well. Aiden always steps it up. CMD and Oxygen, obviously phenomenal players as well, so yeah, always give them a fair shot in these kind of mirror matches, even though it's not an exact mirror. That being said, we did see Mystery Org. The only loss that the Charlotte Phoenix have is to Mystery Org, and they kind of got stomped as Rogue Mage Paladin against this Windwalker Mage Paladin. So Unitas is saying basically, we're going to do it better than the Charlotte Phoenix. I'm really curious to see if they can pull this one off.
Yeah, Unitas certainly struggling here in the circuit series so far. Now we're on week number 3. They've yet to win a game in the circuit here. But every single player on Unitas we have seen at BlizzCon, so definitely don't count these guys yet. They want to tie this up. Mystery Org versus Unitas in game number 2.
All right, gates have opened. Let's see what the Rogue Mage Paladin can get done here. Oxygen switching off the priest that he is known for. Treading new water here against Mystery Org. Oxygen gets Novid on his way in. They sap Sea-Doo. They're opening on Trill. A great start so far, at least aggressively, but they get intercepted. CMD got caught in the Dragon's Breath. Ooh, beautiful leg sweep here onto Aiden. Big swap of damage. Big combo. Trill looks to finish it. Aiden has to trade out his entire defensive lineup. He's still very low on health. He might just fall here if they don't respond. Trinket and Sacrifice. Big overlaps. That's a massive victory for Mystery Org so far in this fight.
All right, so you want to use the Paladin cooldowns first, Oxygen, and when your mage is getting killed, you want to use your priest cooldowns first. Why? Because you're going to get them back. They're 2-minute cooldowns, and in this case, you're playing an Ineffable Truth Paladin. You're going to get them back. Aiden is not going to get his Trinket Cloak back, and we are already in a situation where the only thing they need to force is the bubble. Oxygen might actually have to use it right here. CMD taking massive damage. I think if Oxygen bubbles here, Aiden is a dead man, so they might just go for the Ice Block trade. This would be a situation where it's kind of okay. Dragon's Breath comes in. Can Sea-Doo land the Hammer of Justice? He doesn't have it just yet. He needs to get one more judge, but he gets blinded, and he's not playing Trinket here. Sea-Doo going to bop the sap here, though, and he's going to keep Trill in the fight here, but I don't like that he's not playing Trinket on that Paladin into the Acerode. I feel like that actually gives Unitas a really big way to win this game. Sea-Doo now moving in, gets the Hammer of Justice. That's going to be the bubble from Oxygen, and that is going to be the checkmate situation we're talking about. Oxygen or Aiden, 100% dead on the next setup, most likely Aiden, if they pull it off properly on the side of Mystery Org.
It's right here.
Touch it up. It could just be right here, right now. Any more crowd control on Oxygen? If there's anything, Aiden's dead.
All right.
That's it. There it is. Goodbye.
I actually thought it was going to happen. I thought it was going to happen like 10, 20 seconds from now, but all right.
I think Mystery Org's feeling pretty good about this one.
Yeah, taking game number 2 victory now, up 2-0 in this best of 5 series. And that was a really quick game. That was a really quick victory for Mystery Org, Ben.
Yeah, definitely. I think Sam I Am from kind of start to finish in that game. Actually, all of them. They had good control over the match. They really, really understand their win condition, and I feel like this is going to be it's going to be an uphill battle at this point. It's going to be an uphill battle for CMD, Aiden, and Oxygen to come back in this one. I don't really know if I like the Paladin more. I think if we see Oxygen go back to his Priest, it's going to kind of just show the headspace of Unitas at this point. Maybe they try a different comp entirely, bring in the Paladin with Yoski, but even I don't know if that's going to work either.
What do you think, Sifties? Do you want to see Yas come in on the Prat Paladin here?
The thing is, the Prop Paladin is, unless they have a Death Knight and a Shaman, I don't think that it would be that great in the matchup. Maybe Prop Pally. What would you play, Rogue or Windwalker, Priest? They don't have the good combinations with the Prop Paladin in my mind here, so probably just keep playing the Rogue Mage. I feel like the Rogue Mage Priest probably stands a better chance at the moment based on their experience level, because right there they look like they were outclassed. They were looking outclassed on the same class, but on the Priest, it didn't look like they were outclassed by play. They were just outclassed by Paladin. No one got the joke. They should switch back to Priest.
Sorry.
And they did.
This is the problem, is like I said, if Unitas goes back Priest, it really just shows you kind of their headspace in this matchup. Like, they don't think it's a great matchup based off switching to the Paladin and then going to the Paladin. They're like, well, maybe we just don't have the practice on Paladin, so we just got to go back. And I don't know. Definitely game number 1 looked better than game number 2 for them. I think the Priest is nice. I think Oxygen's probably a lot more comfortable on that Priest as well. Can't count Unitas out yet, but Mystery Org, I think this is a matchup that they have practiced a lot. At least it looks like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, things definitely not looking good here on the side of Unitas. This is going to be a difficult victory here if they want to win on Ashamine's fall. But how do we feel like the Mage Windwalker is going to do here on Ashamine, Zico?
Well, they want to do the same thing that they've been doing the whole time. They want to just get those CC chains, kill either Aiden and a stun, or have a long CC chain and take down CMD. The only criticism, if any, of Mystery Org is C2 play Trinket for the blind. That way, you're never going to really be in like those super dicey situations. I like that Oxygen is back on the Priest. He's had a solid season, at least during the Cups. During the round robin, it's not been the greatest showing for Unitas as a whole. I don't want to put that on just one single player, but during the Cups, they actually had some great matches, and Oxygen had some clutch mind controls. So if they can heat up here, they do have a shot, but I do think the Holy Paladin just kind of outclasses the Priest in this matchup. It would be a lot more fair if the matchup, that is, if Oxygen was as good on his Pally as he is on his Priest.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Game number 3 starting up shortly here. A best of 5 series. If you guys want to check out the gear that they're running, awc.gcd.tv. But game number 3, Mystery Org versus Unitas. Match point for Mystery Org.
Mystery Org just look like they're on fire right now, but Unitas, they're reckless here. They've got nothing to lose really in the circuit, so they're going straight for C2. They're going to put C2 to the test here on match point, and let's see if they can close it out. CMD getting pressured though in reverse. They are looking unfazed with beautiful crowd control across the board, and Trill's pushing for the kill. He gets Dragon's Breath for a moment, but then rolls immediately back on target, and CMD is just going to ice block. This is, again, a great start for Mystery Org. And I feel like they're just completely in a different league here against Unitas.
Yeah, it's really rough. I don't know. They just look a lot more coordinated right now, and you can see Sam so far has just been having a field day on that mage. Honestly, I think Sam has been outplaying every mage so far that he's gone up against in this matchup, and it's great to see it. Sam, right now, just trying to get his combustion back. They're going for a swap onto C2 here and see if they can get something done, but Trill immediately goes there, soaks up the Meteor, disarms Aiden, then goes back to CMD to put on some pressure, and now Sam potentially going to be looking for some crowd control. Aiden's all over him, though. I don't know if he's going to be able to find it. C2 gets the Hammer of Justice, and now Sam is going to go for the Polymorph. He gets Dragon's Breath on it, very nicely done. He gets Shadow Step kick, but they get the Paralyzed. No Ring of Frost. He's going to get a kidney shot there as well. Excellent disruption there by Aiden, but he doesn't have his kidney shot now for C2. He's going to vanish, go for the cheap shot here potentially, goes for the Garrote into the cheap shot. He's got the Dressed as well. CMD actually doing decent damage here to C2, but Divine Protection is just going to brush that off like it's nothing. And C2 once again here He's going to have a field day on that Holy Paladin. Sam has his combustion ready. The next attack is going to be massive. Aiden has no trinket, so I can definitely see a situation where they try to set up a leg sweep onto Aiden with combustion and CC onto Oxygen. And they might even be able to kill through Oxygen's trinket if he gets blinded on his trinket. But right now, smoke bomb onto Sam. He trinkets out, and here we go. Sidu's getting ready for the setup. There's the blinding light, and here we go. There's the hammer of justice. Aiden, what are you going to do? Oxygen trinkets. Does he trinket into crowd control though? Doesn't look like it, but that. If Sidu got a hammer of justice on his trinket, or if Sam got a sheep on his trinket, it would have just been game over.
Ooh, Sam's actually getting pressured for the first time in this match. Dragon's Breath comes in. Do they have any cross crowd control? They're actually just going to be defaulting back onto CMD, but for some reason, I see Aiden going down in the near future. I really do. I think it's going to be Aiden that ends up falling in this match. We'll see exactly how it goes. There's the full polymorph paralyzed. Aiden, what is he going to do? Evasions! He doesn't get the leg sweep. That's a disaster for Trill. He tried to go for the paralyze into the leg sweep, but Aiden got the evasion in between the two, and that's going to shut down that attempt. If he had gotten that stun, it would have been game over, but now Mr. Org, they have to kind of just wait for the next polymorph diminishing return. They still have a fair chance here to take down Aiden with no evasion. He's going to be very susceptible. Touch of Death available, combustion available, and I think, once again, if they can get an attempt here on Aiden in the next 5 seconds, I think he could easily fall.
Oh, they grip Aiden. Cedar's charging in with Trill. Double blinding light. Where's the leg sweep? Trill's popping the Storm, Earth, and Fire. Touch of Death is active. Rapture Power shows in from Oxygen, but that's going to cost basically the remainder of his mana. Double leg sweep here. Huge hit of damage onto Aiden. Where's the pain suppression? Where's the pain suppression? Aiden on 1% activates the Cloak of Shadows. Almost going down there, trying to reverse it with triple crowd control here. Beautiful counter engagement onto Sam. Nice reversal. And Sidu and Sam make a mistake. They overlap the Divine Shield and the Ice Block. Double value massive spell there, but a polymorph slips through from Sam, and this is huge pressure on CMD. If Trill can stay on target, it's going to be a cauterize in the immediate future. Can they push for the cauterize? They're trying to with 1 more second left on the Dragon's Breath. CMD barely in this fight still. Somehow, some way, Oxygen holds them together. Full polymorph. Sam now with no ice block, but Aiden's in a poly grapple weapon. Can't really get any damage out. He trinkets. Aiden's going for it. Sidu gets cheap shot. Oxygen's in position for Psychic Scream. Psychic Scream, beautiful chain. Cauterize likely to trigger. Are Unitas able to turn this around? No. Sidu gets out of crowd control. Big Avenging Wrath heals bombing in. Mystery Org stabilized, and now leg sweeps coming up in 5. Aiden still has no Gladiator's Medallion. And they could just go for CMD, but Ice Block's actually coming up in 10 seconds. It's coming up in 9 seconds, 8 seconds. They're pushing to get the kill before it. 5 seconds. Cedar's in a poly, but oh no, 3 seconds away. 2 seconds, 1 second for CMD here. Cauterize triggers. Ice Block just came off cooldown, but CMD's trying to hold on to it. Oxygen triggers out of poly. Blind on Sidu. Sidu bops the blind. Big heals coming in on CMD here with that blazing barrier. Sidu in a half the yard. Psychic Scream not going to get any value there. Unitas are doing everything they can on the edge of a cliff to not fall off against Mystery Org.
If Sidu goes in for a blind and it doesn't get premmed, Aiden is dead. He's going for it right now. He's trying to fake out the prem. They get a full sheep. Here we go. Are they going to go for Aiden or are they going for CMD? He still has his ice block. They're going for CMD. This should be an ice block at least here. They get a sheep onto Sidu, but Sidu does get the blind. Sam and CMD race to the finish, and CMD is going to be the one losing that race. Sidu is going to be able to top up Sam. He sacrifices the poly. Sam stabilizes to full HP. CMD actually gets pain suppression. So now you're in a situation where you can probably just kill CMD with raw damage, no mana left onto Oxygen. He gets full Hammer of Justice, no way out of it. Sam is going for the Ring of Frost. He gets Counterspell. He gets Dragon's Breath on the sheep. He's still gonna get it potentially. He gets Kidney Shot, but Trill is there backing him up with the Paralyze. Oxygen has no mana left, but he does have some HP. The Vitality Conduit, it only costs HP, and now Sidu has some work out cut out for him. He needs to spam heal Sam here with those wings, get him back up. Oxygen going for the potential final fear here. If Unitas loses here, they're going to be out of the series. Can they do it? Sam is dropping dangerously low. He has his Cauterize, but CMD as well has no cooldown. If they get one setup, CMD is most likely going to die here.
Yeah, this is a really, really close call. Full polymorph. They might be able to actually take down Sam. He's got the Cauterize, but at the same time, CMD under pressure. Big damage coming in from Trill. Oxygen, basically no mana left. Can Sam hold on just a little bit longer? He blinks over. He's trying to race CMD. Sidu has no cooldowns left. They do have the Cauterize, any crowd control on Oxygen. CMD could easily fall. There is a combustion available for Sam. They get the Hammer of Justice. Sam, can he get there for a Ring of Frost? Can he land it? He gets interrupted. CMD trying to just defy death. But unfortunately, the Chi Wave The Chi Wave from Trill. Oh, what a disaster. The full blind on Oxygen. I think it got Chi Wave there. Super unfortunate. Sam I Am still with his Cauterize getting low. Mind Control for the Cauterize. They might be able to proc it. It does get stopped. Nicely done there by Trill. Combustion now gets ripped down. CMD is just going to get tapped out. And that is going to be a victory for Mystery Org. A clean 3-0.
Swift 3-0 for Mystery Org in that best of 5 series. Certainly not the way Unitas wanted that series to go. Moving forward throughout the rest of this circuit here for next weekend, what can we see from the side of Unitas? What do we want to see them maybe come back and do a little bit better for the rest of their games here, Super Tees?
I mean, they're just